The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go!
Well. How about that? Brandon Carlo on IR.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nicholas Waugh missing practice.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Jacob Quillen's up, though.
Saw that.
That's cool and exciting because he has 14 points in 14 games to start the season.
Like that.
And listen, if you don't like the way the Leafs are, if you're a Sabres fan, if you're a Flames fan, there's not a lot of teams that are super disappointing like the Leafs are, like a huge fall last year. Like the Rangers have had disappointing home starts, but their away record was pretty good.
The best in the league, actually.
But yeah.
So, I think they were 7-1 on the road and 0-7 at home.
You have to think that'll correct itself at some point, right? Like I asked you a couple weeks ago, I'm like, that feels like a team poised to break out.
I was like, they're pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you could be the New Jersey Devils and lose your best player because of a knife accident.
That's nuts.
We'll talk about that too.
Oh, yeah?
Or you could be the team that just 5 months ago went to the finals, which we can't relate to in Toronto.
No.
Actually, yes, we can. Yeah, we can, just not in this sport. 5 months ago,
That didn't make me feel better at all.
Indiana Pacers in the finals. Do you know what their record is to start this season, Steven?
How many games have they played?
They've played 13 games, and they're playing the Detroit Pistons tonight.
3-10.
3-10. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. They're 1-12.
Oh my God.
They're 1-12. Now, Jesse, why is injuries?
So Tyrese Halliburton, their best player, was injured in game 6 of the finals. He was injured in 6 and then came back in 7. He
And
tried
should
to
not
play through
have.
it and tore his ACL. Not great. So they're missing their best player. Basketball's a little different. One guy out can ruin your whole season.
Wasn't it his Achilles? I think it was worse than ACL.
Was it?
He had one of those, the new phenomenon in sports where they show the super slow-mo.
Oh, please don't do that.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Hey,
That's why.
So I guess my question would be, is the season salvageable for them? Or is Halliburton being like are we finding out about Pascal Siakam?
What?
Are we finding out about Pascal Siakam? And what I mean by that is Pascal being exposed for maybe not being
Right.
Ask a Leafs question. What?
No, I don't want to talk about the Leafs.
I'm on my toes right now, and I think that was the point. I like this.
For the first time since 2021, the Leafs have lost 5 games in a row. They are only above the Sabres in the Eastern Conference. And I'm going to get flamed for what I'm about to say. But I will tell you that the Leafs played much better against Chicago and just didn't get the win.
Yeah,
I think that's the consensus. They played a decent game.
but no one wants to hear it.
Nobody wants to hear, but we got to say it.
Easily,
We got to say it. Easily their best game in a week and a half.
my least favorite type of LFR to make. Like by far and away.
Why is that?
Where the game where they lose, first of all, they played well and no one wants to hear it. Absolutely no one wants to hear it, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to hear it. I just the videos are taking longer to get to Drew because I just spend half an hour lying on the floor in my jersey sometimes, just lying on the floor, swearing, muttering under my breath that I don't want to do it. Can I tell you how sadistic people are? You know how many regular season LFRs got over 90,000 views last year?
I have no idea.
2.
Oh, wow. How many this year?
The 11 losses that they have are averaging over 90,000.
Wow. They're a story again. They weren't really a story last year. They're a story now.
They won 52 games last year. Like, even their losses, you couldn't get all that mad about. There's a few thumbnails I scrolled back to. I was like, what happened to make me that mad that day? I don't know. Life was pretty good.
And it turns out it wasn't that serious because things could always get worse.
Yep.
You could always be 1-12.
Turns out I've never mourned the Leafs on their way down over the course of LFR.
Well, that's because they started down and then went up, and that's all it's been.
No, they started down and went downer.
Yeah.
But we all begged for it.
Yeah.
We wanted them to bottom out. And I and most of this fan base were not ready for this start. Ready or hopeful.
I don't think the management was ready for this start, Steve.
No, they weren't. And that's maybe the most disheartening and horrifying part. God, Chicago's going to be good.
Yeah,
They're going to be good. Yeah, I mean, their current record is good. They are good. They're going to be great. They do play too much pond hockey for my liking right
But so did
now.
the young Leafs.
That's how the NHL is being won these days.
Yeah.
Bunch of young teams playing pond hockey. It's been exciting to watch.
It's so good. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Isn't that great? When in the spring we were like, whoa, old guys are having a moment.
And now look, young
And then
guys.
the Leafs who were old got older, and young guys said, you missed the boat.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking about recently? With that kind of on the Leafs losing a bunch and you not having an LFR season quite like this ever in your history.
No.
Because like this has been a really successful tenure for the Leafs. Like the last 9
my
years.
God.
Regular season success been crazy.
Regular season, very important.
They rarely lost like 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row. You got to go back all those years. I saw a stat the other day about Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And in 1990, to start the season, MJ and the Bulls lost 3 games in a row.
Wow.
From that point in his career, 1990, losing those 3 games in a row, he did not lose 3 games in a row until he was on the Washington Wizards. And I forget if I saw it on TikTok or Twitter, but I had to go check it myself. And I went through all the game logs on MJ's.
You manually looked it up.
It's like it takes me like 5 minutes. I can do a quick scroll. So I just look at the loss column on his game log for each season. I clicked through from 1990, the beginning of the season, first 3 games of the season, he lost 3 games. He did not lose 3 games again until 2000, 2001 when he joined the Washington Wizards and they started awful and they lost like 10 games in a row or something like that.
Wow.
The man knew that you can't have these things compound on each other.
Did he even lose 3 games in a row in baseball? Like,
yeah, imagine, right?
Good question.
I checked it. It's fact. And that's what you see out of greatness. They don't let these things infect them like a disease and the losing gets into losing. That's why I'm so adamant about like winning 7 out of 10 games. And I love the Blue Jays mentality about that as much as I despise John Schneider. He always said that when they're doing the baseball series, it's like 3-game set, you need to win 2 out of 3. That's all we're looking to do. 4-game set, we're trying to maybe split, but we really want 3 out of 4 each time. In a 10-game sample size, you want 6 out of those 10, but you really want like 7 out of 10. You want to win 7 out of 10 each time. And that is just what gets you into this winning mentality. If you bring that to the playoffs, you're going to win a championship. If you're not losing 3 games in a row, if you're not losing 2 games in a row, you're for sure going to get to the end. And with the Leafs this year, I'm so dumbfounded by them because it's something we haven't seen. We usually see them stop these losing streaks where it's like you have that awful loss.
yeah.
You maybe lose the next one and that's like 2 in a row. And then they stop it.
Yeah.
And then it's not 3.
They don't have the capacity. They don't have the ability. Every report I hear is more concerning than the last. Like Elliot Friedman talking about they had a fiery meeting and it was blunt and guys got called out individually. And then I can't remember what game it was that followed it. It was one of the Bruins.
It was
games?
the Bruins. It was the Tuesday
yeah.
Bruins game.
Which just tells me they don't have the capacity.
Yeah. And
They
that's
can't do it. Now,
that's why it's so worrying, right? Because they usually get out of this funk and they usually have the guys to do it. And this season they just don't. So yeah.
here's what I want to see. So I hope Nick Waugh plays tomorrow. Stetcher is with the team and he's practicing with the team. Jacob Quillen is with the team. I want Quillen to play tomorrow. I want Stetcher to play tomorrow.
And by the way, Stetcher was claimed on waivers over the weekend for anybody that doesn't know that.
Yeah. I want
From the Edmonton Oilers.
whoever you need to kick out of the lineup to get Quillen and Stetcher into the lineup, so be it. I never want to see Philip Myers in a Leaf uniform again. That's enough. Sammy Blais, I think we're wasting our time here. He played a couple good games. He played a couple bad games. And then Berube basically didn't play him. We need players you can play. We need hungry players. They haven't played hungry hockey. Their best players
Hungry hockey?
are playing.
That'd be a good board game.
Yeah. No, they've just been a broken hungry hippos where you smash the thing and the hippo just lays there.
They should make the game, but then the mouths are NHL players.
Yes.
You
I
could
like
buy
that.
like a Leafs hungry hockey, and it's like Matthews and Riley and Willie and JT in their heads, and they're just chomping at pucks.
That's not how it
so
works.
this is a great idea.
No, it
You know
chomps at the
Turn
puck.
off the show. We're gonna go make it.
Yeah, we've done it.
It chomps at the puck if it's for every other team. If you press any of the Leaf players, it just goes, it's the fans' fault. It's the media. It's the pressure. It's just lip service.
What does it do in Vancouver?
Haha, Leafs. Fuck Toronto. For some reason.
No, they should each have their own identity.
Oh, no.
Canucks
Sorry.
fans have been really nice lately.
If it's Vancouver, sorry, the players smack each other.
Ah, there you go.
There you
That's funny.
go.
What does it do if it's Florida?
It smacks you.
And eliminates property tax.
Yes.
You know what? It's by the way, Vancouver.
It also
Canucks
wears
fans
a
have been
red
very
hat
nice
and calls
this
you
season.
slurs online.
Canucks fans have been very nice this season. I don't know why they're catching strays here. Come on.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Oh, Jesse asked me.
I'll
do it for the other
listen,
ones.
if it's Flames fan, the board breaks, but you never rebuild it.
Whoa.
Hey, beep, 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 beep. I want to say that I am. I still stupidly am clinging to the idea that if this team was healthy, and they're very not. Let's go through the injuries here. Okay. So Wah is out of practice. And here's the thing that the Leafs will do. Oh, it's maintenance. But all the guys that have missed practice for maintenance are on IR.
Yep.
Great.
So don't give me that bullshit. Joseph Wall was on IR for a while, obviously, but he's back. And I want to talk about that because I do think that's a very valuable story.
He was wonderful.
Tanev is out. Lawton is back and in a game sweater at practice this morning, which is good.
Okay.
Matthews, Stollers, and Brandon Carlo. Now, if I had given you these 6 guys, and I had said to you in September, hey, boys, Wall, Tanev, Lawton, Matthews, Stollers, and Carlo are going to be hurt by mid-November. We'd all have said that's probably going to be a really tough start for the Leafs then.
I'd probably say their record would look a little bit like the way it does.
Now,
which is fair.
But what's interesting about this is that none of them have all been injured it's sort of been at the same time, but it's not all crossed over.
Matthews, we're never going to know the truth ever. And
Matthews looked like a groin injury. That's all I'll say.
You think it's groin?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
But what I do feel like is like, even with the injuries, when we look at it in the context, even if they hadn't been hurt, they were not playing well enough. And that's the concerning part, right? It's not like, oh, we got a bunch of injuries, we're just missing out. No, you're getting caved.
Tanev's the one guy I'm like, yeah, you were fine. But Carlo's awful.
Stollers was awful. And I think Stollers was hurt. And I wonder about that Seattle game. I wonder if that's why he wasn't so pissed off.
I think at minimum, he got hurt in the Seattle game. One of the 2 Bruins games, I can't remember which, he made 2 stellar saves at the very beginning of the game and then looked unplayable after that. And they said it was an upper body injury. One of the saves, he's outstretched crazy like that. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if he really aggravated something.
Yeah, and he pulled himself from that game. Like, I don't think that was like, hey, Berube's getting him out of there because of performance. He was hurt.
He was also bad.
So
he was hurt and
I
bad.
think he's bad because he's hurt.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. I think Matthews is the same. Bad because he's hurt. And one of the things I was sort of talking to somebody over the weekend about is that, listen, I know Austin refuses to talk about his health thing. Going back to when he had COVID, I remember when Steve Simmons reported it, and Austin made a point of saying, Steve, that was really inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that because it was rumor. Steve was able to verify it. But like, fuck off, man.
Well,
like, it was
and
sort of
now,
one of those moments, right?
And now we're never going to get an accurate report ever again.
Well, I don't think that was ever going to be the case, though. I think Austin and Judd Moldaver, his agent, like to keep that stuff secret. But I have to be honest. I think it's a mistake. I think if those guys were to tell the public what's actually going on, and had they told the public what was going on last year, there would have been a lot more sympathy to what happened. And, this is a guy that went down 35 goals season over season from 23-24 to 24-25. And this year didn't look anything like he did in 23-24. After we were told he just needs a few months to heal, he'll be fine. He's going to be fully healthy. Yeah. And then went into camp, he's fully healthy. Guys, he's fully healthy. No, he's not. And if you guys would just be honest about this, I think a lot of people, yes, I know people are going to take shots at him on the ice and whatever. That's a different conversation. But I think if Austin and his people were just honest about, listen, this is the nagging injury he's dealing with, and here's why it's affecting his play, I think people would be a lot more sympathetic to it. But in absence of a story or in absence of knowing that, and we don't have to know every detail, hey, it's a wrist injury, hey, it's a groin injury, hey, it's a back injury, whatever it is, that's all we really need to know. And it's going to take X amount of time to fix it. If we knew that, I think that fans are a lot easier on you. I think media is a lot easier on you because we know.
Yeah.
But the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this has not changed yet in the Keith Pelly era either, have this, they're stuck to this idea that the more they keep secret, the better it's going to be. And we have seen time and time again, in absence of, and Mitch Marner's a perfect example of this, in absence of the true story, people make shit up. Or they hear half rumors or whatever else they hear. And so now we're stuck with a whole bunch of guys injured, Austin being chief among them. But Austin is, to me, the most concerning, Anthony Stolarz being number 2. Because I remember reading a report, by the way, that one of the reporters was saying that Anthony Stolarz was icing both of his knees after a game earlier this year, and I thought, oh boy. And but they made note of it. And I know he's had both knees reconstructed. That's why I'm concerned.
All these guys have ice all over them all the time. Patrick Marleau used to take an ice bath between periods.
That's a bath, though.
It's a bath, but it's ice. Same idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I feel like they're not handling the PR well either.
Devil's advocate.
Give it to me.
I think a lot of guys are struggling right now. It is an Olympic year. There's going to be added maintenance. The Leafs are not the only team dealing with this.
Yep.
CJ, I was listening to the CJ show on the way down, and he's like, the Lightning roster they iced the other day. I was like, what is this? And it's not even them. Like the Habs, I cannot believe how badly the Habs have been bitten by the injury bug again, like long-term injury bug. The whole division's in shambles.
Yeah.
Injury-wise. You could go around the league.
Vancouver, I think, is an important one to mention. Yep. Like half their guys have been out this season.
You could go around the league. Nothing's going well for the Leafs. And one of the things that I've been hammering recently, trades are hard to make, this and that and that. Okay, you have a minor league team. Let's try guys from the minor league team. Well, they claim Stetcher on waivers. Players aren't on waivers every day, much less, experienced players in their 30s. Who have played hundreds of games. You claim them, and you were lucky enough to be able to claim them. You throw him into your roster immediately. Great. And now there's space for him to play because Carlo's on IR. Wonderful. Quillen. How do we call up Quillen?
Kampf's contract was terminated.
Kampf's contract was terminated, and also another guy was placed on IR. So I wonder if these injuries, some of them, or one or two of them, are the type of injuries that a guy would typically play through and try to maintain. And they've just decided, you know what? It's not worth doing that. We're going to put you on IR. You get a couple weeks off, and we're going to give some other guys looks. I wonder that.
I like that. I like that a lot. My concern is that if Austin comes back, they tell us he's healthy, and he doesn't start scoring.
Well, I listen, the number one fear of every Leafs fan right now, ahead of giving the Bruins the 6th overall pick this year.
And they're first in the division, by the way.
Yeah, great. Awesome. Cool. So good. Good. Great. I'm stoked about that. That's so good. The number one fear of every Leafs fan is Austin Matthews isn't great anymore.
Yeah.
He's the second highest paid player in the league this year. You're not going to score 60 every year. You're not going to score 69 every year. 50 plus. I said this at the beginning of last year. I'm like, he could score 50 and they would still have to make up 19 goals somewhere else. If he gets 50 year in and year out, no one's complaining about the deal. Man, if he's scoring 40, 13 and a quarter should get you a lot more than that.
Yeah.
13 and a quarter has to get you in the range of 50 and in the range of 100 points.
Yeah.
Purely
locked. And by the way, Steve, forget health. Health does not play a factor in that. You have to be healthy.
Right.
That's the point.
Well, it's not.
Well, no, but that's the thing.
It's not how bodies work.
I know, but that's the people are not going to have sympathy for injuries at that point.
And the grace that I gave Matthews last year when everyone was hammering him, his goal scoring was it was terribly down. He scored at a 94-point pace though last year, which is in and around where he needs to be, in and around what's typical. He's blocking a ton of shots. He's laying the body a little bit more. He was getting crazy assignments from Berube, we know now, and I think that continued this year, but I don't have the numbers yet. I think this is an incredible player. Is he what they need him to be? For 13 and a quarter, you're outpacing Alexander Ovechkin's career. And at 13 and a quarter, you need to continue that. Like that's how expensive that is in today's NHL. Now, the rising cap is going to fix that a little bit. He's too important a part of this team. Like what team, like what if Leon Draisaitl is just like, I'm trying to think of, Adrian Kempe.
Yeah, just sign his deal.
Super underrated player.
Yep.
Ridiculously underrated player, deserves the money he's getting. If Leon Draisaitl turned to Adrian Kempe overnight, the Oilers are cooked. This is what I'm saying. So when people were like, yeah, Matthews is this defensive 2C, which I think is a bit of an exaggeration, but if he turns into Ryan O'Reilly, who most teams would kill for, they're dead. They're toast. They're dead if he turns into John Tavares. Well, I think John Tavares turned into him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I really don't know what's going on there, but here's the long and short of it, though. They don't have him. And they've had an incredible record without him over his whole tenure as a Leaf. It hasn't made any sense. When he's in the lineup, he's incredible, but they've always found a way. They put together a really solid effort against Chicago, and a really bad play from one player who can't play another moment on this team is what sunk them.
Jesse,
they got saves, they had structure, they scored.
Jesse, do you think that Philip Myers has played his last game as a Leaf? Because that was the first goal. Yeah. And that is the one that sunk them ultimately.
It's I don't know if it's his last game as a Leaf, but he's definitely, they know what they have there. Like, I don't think anybody's confused as to what he is at this point, and he's not going to grow into something that's more than what he is right now.
So my question, though, is he played 49 games and mostly with Morgan Riley last year. 49. I can't remember complaining about Philip Myers, Mike.
No.
What happened, guys?
It wasn't... Well, this is the thing, man. This is the thing. Their whole decor. I was happy with the Leafs playing like 9 guys. And they had all of them. Dude, Mermis looked good last year. I'm trying to think of the other extras they had. Rafai, we remember...
36 games, by the way, for mine.
36
Oh, 36. I don't know why I said 49. My bad.
36 games.
It's a lot of games.
So many games. For your 7... For your number 7.
I think that's what it is. He's a 7th defenseman, and when you're throwing your 7th defenseman into high leverage moments, you know what you might get out of those situations, and sometimes they rear their ugly head when your team's not playing well.
If you can't stop Frank Nazar from making that pass to Teuvo Teravainen, then we just don't need your services. Like, if you're trying to find solutions here, and this is why I keep saying, maybe we're done here, is he's clearly not a solution. Like, if someone else were to get hurt and they were to need another defenseman and they're like, well, there's another injury, we got to put in Myers, I'm still going to be upset about it. That's not a solution. A solution is Will Villeneuve with the Marlies. Well, you don't know if Will Villeneuve is going to be good or bad. That's correct. I know if you put Myers in, they're dead.
Yeah, you know what you have.
Yeah, like, now... Does that help explain the drop-off from this year to last?
No.
And that's, I guess, looking at why they got from one to the other is helping you try to find a solution. I mean, a probably easier thing to do would be to fix the current player you have who you know can give you good minutes.
Yep.
He did last year.
Yeah.
30, it was nearly half a season. The Minnesota Wild had Dakota Mermis play over 50 games for them. Can you believe that?
That's
over 50 games in one season.
yes. Yeah.
And I see this guy on the ice and I'm like, oh, they've both forgotten what a puck is.
Yep.
So when I talk about finding solutions, you got to get new guys in there just to see.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're actually going to, people are already talking about a rebuild. You're miles and miles away from coming to that decision. And you haven't looked at nearly enough players, nearly enough options to come to that decision. Quillen's with the team. Great.
Would love to see Villeneuve up at some point.
I'd like to see him up. I mean,
Henry Thrun.
That's why they went out and got Stetcher. Elliot Friedman mentioned that they were going to call up Thrun, which...
Why not?
Why not is because he shoots left, and I still would rather see Villeneuve, but okay.
Having five lefties in there is nice.
Yeah. But Thrun played NHL games last year, and you pay him $1 million. So, okay, fine. Fine. Solutions.
Yeah.
And so I like what they're trying to do. I like their effort from last game, but at the end of the day, they lost 5 straight.
For anybody wondering about the Myers play, I think it'd be interesting to play it because I don't think it's a matter of like he's a different player this year and he's worse. It's just that the Leafs as a whole aren't as good defensively.
They're not.
And when then the entire system isn't as solid, more of the cracks are exposed.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. So here the Blackhawks win a face-off. They send it back behind their own net. You'll see here, Nick Robertson, if you're watching, goes a little bit too hard at the puck, which allows the puck to go right up the ice to Teravainen, who gets it and makes a nice little pass there to Frankie, who then chips it past Myers.
Even still, it's 3-on-3. You're gonna be fine.
And I think this play, I love that on the replay they have the full ice view. You can see how much quicker teams are against this Leafs team because the Blackhawks here are playing with pace. They're pushing the puck up the ice, and the Leafs just don't have the guys to compete with that. Any young team that wants to play with speed can take advantage of this Leafs team, and that's exactly what the Blackhawks do here. So you get the pass up to Frank Nazar. He chips it over Myers, around him, and then he goes back to Teravainen, and they make this beautiful 1-2 play.
And it ends with Teravainen obviously making Morgan Riley look ridiculous.
Yes.
But I file that under that's a crazy play.
Yeah, like I don't blame Morgan for that one.
No.
And like Wool had such a solid game. Like that's an unbelievable goal from Teravainen.
Yeah.
He should have never had the puck.
No. This is two guys playing beer league making you guys look stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so frustrating.
Great play to the Blackhawks. Sometimes we forget that like the other side of the ice is also doing these things. But
they're looking good.
They took advantage of a situation where the Leafs D just doesn't have it, and Myers in particular.
Well, and now you got a full season of, one of the things we talked about last year is Bedard just looks like he's on his own. Levshinov did not play very much last year. He was maybe the best player on the ice. Frank Nazar did not play all year last year. He was incredible as well. Mm-hmm. Bedard is so clearly insane.
Teravainen resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leafs kind of sort of neutralized Bedard a little bit, but Teravainen was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Foligno's like a presence.
Yeah,
like
still is.
It's good.
Do we know what happened to him? I know he's out 4 weeks.
I don't know what the actual injury is.
My first thought was hopefully it's not a broken bone. It looked like he blocked a shot pretty much with like his wrist.
Hand injury. There you go. Yeah.
Not great.
That's what they call it.
Not great.
But that team's a good team.
It is.
Yep.
It is, and they're going to be great. They're not there yet, but they're going to be. They have, I'm pretty sure, the AHL's leading scorer, too. Like, they're in a good spot.
It was the block shot that caused the hand injury, so something in there. Hopefully he's not broken. He's out.
The point, though, is that the system is brittle.
Yes.
Right? And
there's cracks.
And I have... Fair play to Joseph Woll. I was really concerned about him coming in against the Blackhawks offense because we knew that they have a really good offense. And
he didn't miss a beat.
He did not miss a beat. He was great. And I was concerned. That was the outcome I was rooting for.
Oh,
that's
it
awesome.
It was weirdly a feel-good moment in the season that fans badly needed.
Yeah.
You need something to help you feel good about your team, and about you know what I liked. I didn't think every puck was going to go in. God, I hate that, and I remember feeling that way in relatively recent memory. You just thought every damn puck was going to go in, every rebound was going to go in, and Wool stood pretty tall. I wouldn't put a single one of the 3 goals on him.
BetMGM is an official sports betting partner of the National Hockey League. It has everything for the action on the ice, including will the Leafs win tomorrow. But actually, Jesse, it's not will the Leafs win tomorrow that we're focused on today. It's what their over-under is for the season.
Yeah, because as the season goes along, all 32 teams, their over-unders are still available for you to bet on the BetMGM app or on the website, and they update them as things go along. So right now, the Leafs have played 19 games, and they have 18 points. A lot of season left. What do you think BetMGM set their over-under at this morning?
Well, before the season, I imagine it was in and around 100.
I think it was 105.
Yeah, it was 100 something around there, yeah.
And right now they're on pace for like 78.
Not a lot.
I'm going to say 90.
I'm going to say 87 and a half.
See, very close. 91 and a half is their over-under.
Which is the worst place to finish, by the way.
Yep.
But
Sure
they don't
is.
have a first-round pick.
The under is a slight more favorite than the over. So they're leaning towards them finishing under 91 and a half. Are you taking that? Are you taking the over or the under?
I'm going to have faith. I'm going to take the over.
Okay.
I think the Leafs need 95 points to make the playoffs. That's the projection this year. 95 in the Atlantic, in the East. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
I'm also taking the over, but for a different reason than Adam. I'm a really stupid guy.
Jesse, you're the one at the skates. You're the one at the games. What are you taking?
I'm under the belief that there's a lot more of last season's team in this season's team, and that injuries right now are really just getting them down, and that if they get healthy, this should be an over. But if the injuries continue to pile up and guys just don't come back, then it's an under. So I would take the over right now, but I can see by mid-December, if this thing is still like not churning, it's a lost season.
What are the odds? Over or under?
The over is 1.95, so basically 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yeah, the under is 1.80. So a dollar gets you 80 cents back.
2 to 1 over. I think you got to go over on that. I think you have to.
What does $2 Steve get me on the over?
On the over?
And I get you $4.
Yeah, almost. 10 cents short.
Cool, $4 for Steven.
Get yourself a chocolate bar. Big guy.
Will. Most of one. Yeah.
BetMGM is, like we said, a National Hockey League partner in Canada. And also you can check out, obviously, the Stanley Cup winning bets and all that stuff. That's all there. Download the BetMGM app today and enjoy the NHL like never before. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 19 plus to wager. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or somebody close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario. The lines today during practice, by the way, Troy Stetcher led the stretches.
Troy Stretcher.
Aha.
Hey.
Robertson, Tavares, Nylander.
Okay.
You're going to love this second line.
No,
Nyes, Domi, Cowan.
Stop.
Michelli, Quillen, McMahon.
Uh-huh.
Joshua, Lorentz, Yarncroke with Lawton, Blais as extras, and Nick Waugh is obviously absent. And then it's Riley OEL, Benoit McCabe, Murmis Stetcher with Myers on the outside looking in. I don't mind Stetcher and Murmis. Try it.
No.
Stetcher moves the puck, right? That's the thing. That's why they got him.
Well, Riley Ekman-Larsson was pretty clearly their top pair against Chicago. No, I mean, not all the time. Berube did a bunch of different pairs. McCabe, Benoit are familiar. Benoit, actually, I thought played better. Murmis Stetcher, sure, that makes fine. I don't want to have a vendetta against this player. But we're looking for solutions. If Lawton or Waugh was good to play tomorrow, so you got to put one guy in.
Lawton might still be, right?
Yeah. Can I tell you the guy I'd take out?
I know who you're going to take out.
Domi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are the good things he does?
Great vision.
Great vision. How many points he got?
I don't know.
Not a lot.
I mean, they put
How
him in
many
the top
penalties
six.
does he take? A lot.
Yeah.
Is he good defensively?
No.
Fucks no. Oh my God, no. Holy shit, no. Tremendous liability, no. And like, that's one of the things the Leafs do really well when Matthews is out, actually, is they kind of all hunker down and they go, well, Dad's not home. And he takes up he takes on an underappreciated amount of the defensive burden for the forwards. And when he's out, they all kind of hunker down and he's not capable. Max can't do it. I saw that video of him the other day, brings in the kid with type 1 diabetes and it was incredible. Warm and fuzzy.
You're not saying that Max is a bad person.
He's been such a great advocate. No, I know, but like I don't like going at players like this. I don't. And especially repeatedly over and over again. But they're hemorrhaging chances. They can't defend the rush. He's got to be the worst among them.
He's getting caved 5-on-5.
He's getting fucking
like
caved.
The shot attempts they're really tough. Now, he's been used as like a utility forward, Jesse, all season long when he was supposed to be Nyes, Matthews, Domi, and we just never got there.
He's been playing the least amount of minutes he's played since the 2022 season when he was with Carolina. Like, he's not being utilized a whole bunch by Berube, and I think that's fair because out of the gate, injured in training camp, can't really trust him coming back. You want him to get up to speed, and then he hasn't shown anything where it's like, hey, you're going to be our high leverage situation guy.
And I still, even though Berube's playing him the least he's played in years, it's still not enough. And I'm tempted to bring up everyone's favorite film.
It's still too much.
It's still, it's not enough of a solution. It's still too much time. Yeah. I'm thinking the other way. Let's bring up everyone's favorite film, Moneyball. When they trade everyone so that the manager is forced to play Scott Hatteberg at first.
Yeah.
This player is giving you bad results up the middle. So your solution is give him less minutes up the middle, but still play him up the middle. No, Craig! Fuck! He's not a center! Jesus Lord! I thought we established this! Ah! And they're still trotting him out there and letting him get killed every game. He might be a good winger on this team. We've seen him be a good winger on this team. He won't put him there! Mm-hmm. Take him away! It's killing me.
I would take Calle Yarncroke as a center on the second line before
I'd
take
take
Domi there.
any living, breathing human being. Name one.
Calle can play center.
Name a living, breathing human being. Anderson Cooper.
Jesse Blake. Anderson Cooper. Why would be a very handsome second line?
Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor. Wow.
Name any living, breathing human being.
Are the Leafs all about that base?
There's no treble right now. I'm serious. Like, you have so many options.
Yeah.
And I can't help but look at Jacob Quillen, who just came up. 6'1", 204, kind of an asshole. 14 points, 12 of them are assists. If you're worried about losing playmaking from your lineup, there's your potential playmaking center. And does he know how the other half of the arena works? If he does, great. You can stay on this team.
Does he?
I sure hope so.
Well, we're going to find out because he is playing center.
Yes, he is.
So that's good.
If he's skating in place of Wah, and I am forced to, the rest of you are not forced to, but I am forced to watch Domi as the 2C of this holy smoking team, I'm going to be furious. And now wait for him to score 2 goals tomorrow.
If I think there's a time to give Domi another shot at it, it's tomorrow against the St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, against the lowly, horrible St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
By the way,
I agree, but
we're doing the stream for that game.
Yes.
And
on the SDP and YouTube channel. But like, I think Domi they've invested in this player, right? He makes a certain amount of money where they need to try and see if this works until the final bitter end.
He doesn't break the bank.
It's not like it's $1 million, though. It's not like it's a minimum salary player who's a kid. You can send him down or anything like that. This is a vet who they're paying a lot of money. They have a lot of years invested. They need to keep seeing if it works and then eventually make a decision, because I don't know if now's the time to give up on it when you have so many people down. Like, I don't even know who are you putting in that slot if Lawton's out and Blaze out and Waz out. I think Domi's kind of the guy on a Tuesday when you're losing so much. Try it.
With Wah down and Lawton presumably still out, fine.
Thank you.
Fine. And like, what's annoying is like, let's say
I got a kid to eat carrots.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. If you figure out how to do that, let me know.
Carrots is easy, man. It's the friggin' broccoli, man. That's where it gets hard.
Adam's wrong.
Leo doesn't like carrots?
Carrots aren't beige enough.
Yeah, they do like children tend to. Is it brown looking? Then they'll eat it.
Yeah, we
everything
need
else.
more
No.
beige vegetables than we might be able to get through.
Yeah, they beige fried vegetables. Tempura. There we go.
You go. There you go. Leo, have you ever been to Makimono? Well, we're gonna go, and you're gonna anyway.
I think Craig Berube's like, this is what I got.
Yes, and here's what's frustrating about this player. Staying on Domi for a sec, is they're going to play the Blues, who haven't been good. I wouldn't be shocked at all if he had like a 2-3 point game, which again is what that line, that godforsaken line of him, Robertson, and McMahon did against the Sabres last year. You've got to string together games where you not only look effective at the other end of the ice, you look serviceable in your own end.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't think Robertson's a strong defensive player. You highlighted it on the first goal. But like, that error is 200 feet from your net, and there's 3 defending players in the way of it.
Yeah, and
that can, I mean, if that's going to sink you every time, then you're fucked.
And like, I also understand what Robertson's doing in that position. He's going at a player with speed and trying to lay the body. Like,
He thinks he can win.
I had no problem with that play by Robertson.
No.
You know,
I also love how Nick Robertson's playing.
he tries hard.
He
adore
tries.
it.
He's on it. He's still on his ass a lot.
Yeah.
But he's on
times. You're right, Jesse.
He's on pace. He's on pace for 22 goals and 50 points.
That's
great.
Amazing.
You can play on my team every night.
Yeah.
And he, the one thing about Nick too, you can never say he never takes a shift off.
No,
I've never
Ryan.
seen him floating. He even hustles back to the bench, which I can't say for guys like William Nylander. William Nylander's never hustled back to the bench in his whole life.
He was the 3rd best player on that line, I thought.
Willie?
Against Chicago. It was Robertson, Tavares, Willie. I thought he was the 3rd best one.
A disengaged Willie Knight.
At times, Nick Robertson does have the Kevin Pillar syndrome of you're making a lot of diving catches, but a better player would be able to get there on their feet.
Yes.
Where Nick Robertson needs to try a little harder and get to those plays, and it looks like he's really hustling to get there, and you're like, yeah. But a better player would have just taken less strides and just made a solid play and would have never been noticed. So that's why Nick Robertson's never been a full-time NHLer.
Inefficient, yeah.
But he's scoring. Inefficient's the perfect word,
One of the
right?
earliest podcast guests we ever had was a scout named Gus Katsaros. And he talked about
Was it Kuhlman skating?
inefficient strides. I was like, yeah, why does Kuhlman look like he's in a kayak when he's skating? Because it's like this. And I'm like, well, he's a hardworking player. He's like, yeah, he works hard because he has to.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
Gus was great.
shit.
I
I had never really
But
thought
when
of it
you
that
have
way.
to work hard, he is doing it.
Yes.
You know, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Which
Which reward him for that.
Not every player who has to work hard does.
Exactly.
And that's been part of the listen,
I think Max tries his balls off.
you look at the five games that these guys have played over this losing streak. You can't say in all of them that they tried hard.
No.
Nick Robertson, I don't think in that time has taken a shift off. So I will give him
John Tavares hasn't taken a
hasn't taken a shift off.
Yeah. In his life.
Yeah. William Nylander, we know is going to take shifts off. That's just who he is. We know he's going to take games off. But the problem is right
11.5 mil.
we can't have him take games off. He is the option, him and John. Matthew Nyes is having a great season. It's all lost. By the way, Matthew Nyes, I don't think ever takes a shift off either.
Add him to the list. Yep.
By the way, I
they're
just want to throw it back for something. I remember when the Jays, like 15, 16 Jays were like, the shit.
Yeah.
And
that was awesome.
In the offseason, the MLB Network put out a list of the top 20 center fielders in the league, and Kevin Pillar didn't make the list. And I was like, what? What do you mean he didn't make the list?
Son of a
and Jesse had to gently explain to me that, yes, he makes the diving catch, but perhaps he could be better positioned and, paying attention.
Maybe a little faster and just catch the ball in the air.
There was a great graphic. It was the highest swung on home runs of the season.
Okay.
And it was all these dots in and around the strike box, and a fewer above. And there was this weird dot way above everything, and it just had Kevin Pillar's face on it.
Oh no.
Because he just swings at the dumbest pitches in human history.
Yep.
But he connected with one of them. There was honest to God, at least 6 inches above the batter's box. And not the batter's box, the fucking
The strike zone.
Thank you, strike zone. And he went yard. And I fear that might have set his career back because he hit it and he's like, I'm going to do this every time.
I can do it.
No, Kevin.
All right, now
stop it.
Question for you guys. You heard the CJ show this morning?
Yes.
He said there's no way to trade their way out of this. And I think he's right.
No. Well,
This seems to me like
could try.
it's starting to conspire in my mind to be a disaster year. And here's what I think. Things continue like this. Let's say they go 7-8 before Christmas, or they go 5-10, which is not out of the realm.
No.
This season's over, and you're going to have Matthews go and play in the Olympics. I think after that, you shut him down.
Damn.
If things keep going this way, if this is the way it's going to go, right? And again, I'm projecting a week is a lifetime in the NHL. It's so long. There's so many games.
They win their next 3 games, they're in a playoff.
Yeah, 100%. They're not, it's not correct. But if this is what they are, then you have a bunch of guys who are already salary retained, a Brandon Carlo, a Scott Lawn, whatever. You need to focus on 2 things. Getting Matthews healthy, whatever that takes, whether it's surgery or whatever. And you sit him down and you go, Austin, whatever we need to do to get you healthy for next season, you do it.
Yep.
We're going to let you go to the Olympics, and then you're not playing another game.
Yep.
Okay? The number 2, you need to get as many first-round picks as you possibly can in the next 2 drafts. Because, if we're in a scenario where Boston is picking the 6th overall pick, and they won the division, because that's the way it'll go for Leaf fans, you better have a backup plan. You better have pick 13 or pick 15 and pick 21. You better have something where you can make sure that Leaf fans are like, okay, well, that sucked, but at least we got 2 players in the first round and the future is rebuilt. Because you cannot.
One of those
you
years
cannot go into this draft without a first round pick if you're going to do that.
One of those years where they gave one of their first round picks to Boston stupidly, they still picked twice in the first round. We just don't remember it fondly because I think it was Tyler Biggs and Stuart Percy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know if those were the same year.
Don't get hung up on the details.
Yeah. No, they're in a position that no one wants to be in, which is the team that's bad by accident.
Yep.
No one wants to be
the team. It's the worst thing in pro sports.
But you have, if you can't right the ship, and you have lots of time to right the ship, but if you can't right the ship, there's 2 paths that the team that's bad by accident can go. You wait it out and you keep everyone, or you make the decision to pull the chute. So often they go, no, we're good. No, this is a blip. No. And because they didn't make the decision to move on, they got so much shittier. Or you can be, I think you can be 2 things. Right to hold on to the team that you have and retool.
You can keep your best players and retool.
You can keep your best players and move on from a Carlo, from a Domi, from a... What team's not going after OEL right now? With the way he's played, right? Even a Tanev. I don't think he's gonna go. I don't think so either. But those are you keep going through the Rolodex. Some teams
You have
are
a serious
just,
conversation with Morgan Riley about what he wants.
Yeah, some teams are just bad and they have nothing and they have no prospects for the future and they just suck. The Leafs have an abundance of guys who other teams I think would at least be interested in, who aren't on crazy deals. You know, the deferred money for McCabe is
Now you keep him.
Yeah, I don't know how all that works with a trade or whatever, but options. They have no one's taking McMahon, especially at that dollar amount. No one's taking Benoit. Dude, Benoit is exactly the kind of player that teams trade for right before the playoffs and overpay for.
Yep. You're going to have to make that call, though, I think in early January.
Yep.
So that to me is the deadline. You know, when we're all enjoying New Year's, whether you go to sleep at 9 o'clock at night or you actually stay up and go out and party, that week is the week they make the call. It should be. And if it isn't the week they make the call, then they should all be fired. So it is. I mean, it's simply you must make that choice because remember, January, then no games in February, basically, and then trade deadline immediately after February. You got to know.
It's
like
like
you got to start negotiating.
I don't even know if it's a full week.
Hey, you've heard us talk about the F-150 tremor. And listen, life's easier with an F-150. I will be the first to tell you this. Now, Steve, you've got a project that has been taking shape. We gave you hell for this project, but it worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah.
And as the weather gets colder, we've got Steve Dangle's outdoor rink. Now, you've got to go grab a whole bunch of supplies for that.
I do. Well, because kids gotten bigger, covers more ground more quickly, more ice more quickly. Need a bigger rink.
Oh, so you're making it bigger.
Oh, yeah.
So listen, if you had an F-150 tremor.
33-inch all-terrain tires.
Ooh, that's a lot of inches.
That's a lot. Those
so many
inches could haul a lot of wood.
They could. It could. How long does it take you to put this together?
It takes my friend, not that much time. Listen, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, live life
If
accordingly.
you had an F-150, you could pick up all those supplies yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I can pick up the supplies. Fine. I can do that part. Fine. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's putting it together that is a toughness.
Well, listen, if you're the outdoorsy type, the F-150 tremor might just be for you. Go to ford.ca/F150 to build yours. Again, it's ford.ca/F150. David Kampf sweepstakes took place this weekend. He had his contract terminated mutually with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He wanted to go. They had no room to keep him. Funnily enough, they could really use him today. I honestly think he'd be up. Like we just got word that Nick Waugh is actually out tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he would have been up before this. It's such a ridiculous end to a saga that didn't need to happen.
I also put a lot of that on him because we do know that his agent apparently, reportedly, was like, "Don't do this."
Don't light millions of dollars on fire?
Yeah,
you know what he could have done? Been up. He could have been playing NHL games right now. Been in the NHL, making the amount of money that he was making, and maybe proven that he was worth a waiver claim. Maybe proven that he was worth a trade.
Yeah.
And he would have made the Olympics anyway. And no, he had to be stubborn.
Yeah.
So maybe the Leafs were never going to call him up. I just don't think that's the case.
No, I don't think so either. That actually is not the case. I do think that they saw him as a valuable piece, but that he made too much.
Yeah, which is an accurate description of him.
I think Berube also really didn't trust him. He didn't play in the playoffs. He was scratched in 12 of the 13 playoff games. And then at the end of training camp, he said, I don't need this guy.
Which is frustrating because he was legitimately good in the preseason.
Yeah, I don't, preseason.
It
means
preseason.
so little. So I feel like if the head coach is like, I'm out on this guy, I think the organization we know how Keith Pelly talks about Berube. I think they all said, okay, we're out on this guy. And when you know you're just not an NHLer anymore in this organization, I don't blame Kampf for being like, I'm taking my ball and going home.
I know. I do hate that he just walked away from the team instead of trying to play through it. But
I think
it's his thing.
So
he sacrificed the money to do that.
Yeah.
He gave up
and I will respect that part of it.
Yeah.
I admire the balls.
Yeah.
So he is now with the Vancouver Canucks. The Montreal Canadiens were apparently interested, and there was one other team in there too. But Vancouver is where he signs.
Personally, like to thank him for signing out of division.
Yeah.
That guy was going to, man, his first game against the Leafs is going to be nuts. Like, I know
Is that where
you're
we're
like,
at?
Steve, are you worried about David Kampf? That guy scored like 8 goals a season, and 5 of them were the sexiest thing you've ever seen. It's a really weird phenomenon. I think he might get 3 points.
I
really do.
The Canucks center depth is as follows: Elias Pettersson, Max Sasson, Atu Rati, and Lucas Reichel, who they just traded for.
Atu
Ratu, excuse me.
Yeah.
He's got to change that Y to a U. What are we doing?
No, because the Finns are difficult.
They are.
They make that Y as a U.
But that is it. If he's looking for the opportunity, that's the opportunity, even more so than Montreal, because Montreal, like Oliver Kapanen's been pretty good. They did just lose Kirby Dach for 6
I think
weeks,
Montreal got injuries after he signed,
which is nuts.
Like,
but I think,
oh man,
I think that's a solid place for him to play. What I'm curious about for Vancouver is what role do they want him to play? Like when Adam Foote deploys him, where, because the Leafs, strangely enough, David Kampf had like a 12-goal season with the Leafs once.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure Vancouver would kill for that with like Pew Suter, but 50% of it, right?
You want the poor man's Pew Suter?
Yeah.
He works hard.
Yeah,
he wins faceoffs. Is generally a black hole offensively. Okay, those are the goals that went in. What you don't see is how many plays die on a stick.
Oh, it's brutal. You got a scoring chance, and it's David Kampf, and you're like, we're dead.
It's dead. I gave a lot of stick to Domi in our first segment, but they began the season, I think it was 2 years ago, with Kampf centering Domi on the right and Nyes on the left. I'll take Domi on the right wing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take Nyes on the left. I'll take Kampf in the middle. I won't take them together. Who thought that would work?
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
And the moment they split up, they all started doing better. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Vancouver got a good depth center here, and they need it. And
I look at that. I'm like, can David Kampf be Teddy Bluger? Because like that's what they're missing right now. The Heedle's out, Bluger's out, like everybody's out for their team, and it's like, can you just step in and be replacement level Teddy Bluger? He probably handle that.
He is an NHL player. There are lots of players in the NHL who aren't as good as David Kampf, but he was making 2.4. That's the only reason he wasn't. I mean, the main reason. I think the main reason was probably Berube, but one of the factors was his contract was too much.
Yeah, because he was available to everybody in the league on waivers. They could have just had him if they wanted him, but the contract didn't allow them to claim him. So now that he's making less, he's very useful to the team like Vancouver.
Do you want David Kampf? Objectively, yes. Do you want David Kampf at $2.4 million? And every team said, ooh, no. So.
Christian Dvorak is going to be the center by which a lot of mid to lower end depth centers are put against. And it's not a hate on for Christian Dvorak, but he signed for $5.4 million.
That's an alarming amount of money for
Christian
Dvorak.
Dvorak.
Come on. We were all shocked.
So if Christian Dvorak's at 5.4 last summer and the salary cap's going up another 10 million this summer, what's David Kampf at?
Well, and this is the silliest damn thing, because he was several hours ago making 2.4, which everyone decided was too much. And then he's going to go to Vancouver, prove he's an NHL player, which he's always been. And then some idiot is going to be like, I'm going to give him 3.
He's going to make more money.
Yes. Yeah. Like this has a very high likelihood of working out for him, and an alarmingly high likelihood of not. But I think it works out.
He won't get the signing bonuses he got in Toronto. That was the craziest part about the David Kampf deal. We were like, 2.4 million over 4 and signing bonuses? Why?
And trade protection.
Yeah.
But you know what
and people put that at Treliving's feet, but he had gotten here 4 days before. So my bet is that Shanny and the front office, which I have to ask, Pridham and all the other guys there, you have to wear this. I can't. I'm sorry. Functionally, Treliving might have signed the contract, but I can't put that at his feet. I have to put that on the 150 people they have on the analytics staff. Come on.
You know what he does get? in Vancouver.
Well, it's not a practice place, that's for sure.
In the Pacific Division is like, what if he has a few good games against the Oilers and Connor McDavid?
Okay.
And then you get that badge, right?
Oh, of like you're a good defensive center and they stick you to Connor?
Yeah. Well, remember we did the Kadri for Selke thing?
Yeah.
After he scored an overtime winner for the Leafs in a game against the Oilers in which McDavid and the Oilers objectively caved them.
Yep.
But they won, so haha. And he got that reputation. Kadri had never previously had a reputation for being a good defensive player. He didn't. He was kind of a liability, and then he proved he could do that. It changes your reputation. Connor is that much of a factor in this league.
I can't wait to see the David Kampf v. Connor McDavid battle. That's going to be great. That might be a bit of a stretch.
It's a little bit of the PJ Tucker being the LeBourne stopper.
Yeah.
Please stop.
One thing, Luke Fox did a little write-up about the Kampf saga on sportsnet.ca, and one thing he noted in there was Treliving gave Kampf the money after his pitch to Ryan O'Reilly fell flat.
Oh!
I'll read directly from it. He said, new on the job in 2023, Treliving overpaid for Kampf in the thin free agency market. Once his pitch to UFA center, Ryan O'Reilly fell flat. Kampf is who he is, defensive first, low scoring, plenty of neutral shifts. He got 3C money for 4C performance. So I don't know. I would have loved Ryan O'Reilly.
The one thing, yeah,
Oh, man,
100%.
they should have just put that extra money towards Ryan O'Reilly.
Yeah,
but there's fans at the game.
He might have had a factor in that decision.
Yeah, Ryan O'Reilly did not want to remain.
Mr. O'Reilly, I don't think likes Toronto too much.
He only grew up here a Leaf fan.
Yeah, but pressure.
Yeah, wow. Somebody might be there after the game during game 20, game 21.
He called himself
there might be reporters asking you a question.
He called himself a baby recently.
O'Reilly?
He was really hard on himself. I felt bad for that scrum.
Yeah, he was bizarrely hard on himself, and no one paid attention. And then he called himself a baby, and no one paid attention. And he just gets to continue making millions of dollars on a team, which is the dream.
To be honest.
I feel bad about that blip in 2019 when he won the cup.
We can't have
what a burden for him.
We can't have a centerman in Toronto saying stuff like that. Like, look what happened with Linus Ullmark. Look at the criticism. He made himself a magnet day 2 of camp.
Jakub Dovish cried after losing a regular season game in November.
I like that competitiveness. For him, I give it to him.
I would love if Leafs were more honest.
You know what? You're right. I hope they cry after every game.
I would love that.
Yeah, it's better than lessons learned and
fucking flush it.
Yeah.
Flush tears down your face. Flush tears down your face.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, and
I like that honesty from O'Reilly.
Yeah, no,
I do too. I like him.
Yeah.
But he didn't sign in Nashville to make the playoffs regularly. And I said it at the time. They happened to squeak in his first year, and then they got beaten. But then they became what they are now, which is what we all thought they were then. And, the only reason Nashville got into the playoffs was that weird-ass U2 12-game winning streak that they torched me on. I'll never forgive them. But I will say, I don't think Ryan O'Reilly signed there going, yeah, I'm going to win multiple cups here.
Put it this way.
They were not built for that.
Put it this way. He wasn't going to be happy in Toronto. That's fine. You don't seem happy in Nashville.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So they'll send him to Dallas. He'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. No, that is how it works.
Yeah.
Or Florida.
He'd be a great Panther.
Yeah. Or Lightning.
Great Panther.
There is no justice
Lightning,
for the blue and white.
The Lightning? The blue and white? You mean?
Oh my God. Dude, when the Canucks announced David Kampf, the graphic that they posted, I thought they photoshopped a Canucks jersey on.
No, it's just Leafs.
No, that's just the Leafs and Canucks jersey are just identical from the nipples up.
I'll never forgive the Leafs for allowing the Lightning, because apparently that's the story, is the Lightning asked permission to have that same shade of blue. And I'm like, who the fuck said yes to that? You fucking idiots. Are you fucking stupid?
It was dumb that the Leafs did that. I think it's also dumb that any team gets to say
no, you do get to
what
say
color pattern you're allowed to wear.
Okay, so
There's
Raptors
32 teams.
So the Raptors change to yellow and purple tomorrow.
Yes.
And have the same color palette as the Lakers. You think the Lakers don't raise a stink about that? It's actually, Steve, it's part of a brand.
Raptors
and it's written down,
were
and it's
yellow
illegal unless you
and
get
purple.
requested.
Raptors were yellow and purple. I learned that from toys at Walmart. They make dinosaurs weird colors at like cheap stores. Have you noticed?
Yes, I
that?
have noticed that.
What's up with
That's
that?
how you know they're cheap.
Yeah, that's fair. I have an orange one, an orange raptor.
So we got to tell you about an awesome thing, especially for the holidays when you're getting together with families, Aura frames.
Yeah.
And Steve, you got one of these.
It's awesome.
Why is it awesome?
It's the picture frame that you can update over your phone. You can add pictures to it, and you can add pictures to someone else's, which is very important. It's great when you have kids. It's great when you want to share pictures of those kids with the grandparents who they might not know how to use it, but it's very easy.
So hypothetically, Mama Dangle, the bigger one,
Oh yeah.
Tina, has one in her house.
Yes.
You can put pictures onto her frame, her Aura frame, like digitally through the app or whatever, and they show up at her house.
You can do it after they've received the gift, and you can update pictures over time. And when you give them the gift, you can give it with photos and videos already on it.
No way.
Yeah, and if you put a live photo from your like iOS or whatever, it plays the live photo.
Oh, that's cool.
It's great.
Sick.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, for a limited time, visit auraframes.com and get $45 off of Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, which is a big deal. That's the New York Times, by using promo code SDP at checkout. That's auraframes.com/SDP. That's the promo code. This exclusive Black Friday /Cyber Monday deal is their best of the year. So order now before it ends. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. So, the David Kampf sweepstakes are over. So are the Adrian Kempe ones. Adrian Kempe has signed a contract. His AAV over the next 8 years is going to be $10.625 million. The signing bonus over the course of this contract is $42.5 million. The rest of it will be salary, which is another $42.5 million. A criminally underrated player. And I think LA couldn't have spent their money better on this guy. This is a great contract. And he's got a no move basically until he gets a modified no move halfway through it. So Adrian Kempe is the future of the LA Kings, along with guys like Quentin Byfield. This is a great signing.
What a week for JP Barry. He gets the David Kampf deal done, and then he also gets the Adrian Kempe deal done.
Same agent?
Same agent.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's funny because during the Kampf saga, I was like, who's his agent? And I looked, and it's JP Barry, who has like 80 clients. And I'm like, does he need this shit right now? This is the kind of stuff he should be working on, is friggin' Adrian Kempe and this major payday. He might be one of his highest paid clients, or he must be one of his highest paid clients. He's one of the highest paid guys in the league.
Yeah.
I
think it's a really good deal for that player.
Oh my God.
You know what's nuts about that contract? Adrian Kempe, at 29, about to enter free agency, is still making less than Mitch Marner signed for in 2019 or 2018.
Damn.
I'm gonna do it.
Stopwatch?
No,
Hey, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
This
I
is
think
a
we
Mitch
need to-
Marner segment?
buddy. RFA.
No, he signed for 10.9.
And Adrian Kempe signed for 10.625.
Yeah.
Steven.
Oh, I thought it was 11.
No, Kempe's
Oh, my
10.6. Yeah.
You think that's not relevant? Listen, I'm tired of the Mitch Marner
I don't know.
conversation too. That's sort of relevant.
Oh, it's irrelevant.
It is relevant. He's 29 and going to UFA. Now, is he as good as Mitch? No. But that was 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I also think that's refutable. But
40 goal scorer, Kempe is. 35 goals last season. Just off
I think
a
it's
point
super refutable.
just off a point a game. Last couple seasons, 75 and 77,
Has he ever got 100
73 and 81. No, that's the highest point total he's ever been,
All right.
75 and 77.
Yeah.
And then 73 and 81 last season. This season, he is on a point a game pace, 19 and 19.
CJ had a stat like players who have scored 100 goals over the last 3 years have averaged over a hit per game and played, I can't remember what the percentage was of his team's penalty kill time. And he's like, how many players are on that list? Or I think he tricked Julian. He's like, which 3 players? And Julian's like, well, I imagine Adrian Kempe is one of them. And he goes, Adrian Kempe is the only one.
Yeah.
He's very, very, very underrated.
And with Kopitar leaving, like this is a team that's going to need to fill in the gaps that he's leaving. And they were kind of, fingers crossed, the free agency market's going to be booming in 2026, and slowly it's just dwindling, and it's Panarin and nobody else. So they're going to have a lot of money to spend, but this is a good allocation of that $7 million that's coming off the cap with Kopitar, because that's the future of your team right there, and the present of your team, I should say.
People are going to point out that he's making all this money, and the Kings haven't had any recent playoff success because they keep losing to the Oilers. Adrian Kempe over this run, in 7 games, 6 points. In 6 games, 8 points. In 5 games, 5 points. Last season in 6 games, 10 points.
Whoa.
They did not make it past the Oilers. Damn it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
He's been playing out of his mind. 29 points in 28 career playoff games, because in his first playoff, which is in his first full year, he had no points in 4 games. I won't hold that against.
That's why that hit stat that CJ gave out was so good, because like this is a player who you know is going to perform in the playoffs, and when the games gets a little tighter and it's a little different, Kempe's going to still perform. What's that
Great
like,
player.
Adam says. And like it's not easy to find high scoring wingers who are going to bang bodies and put up a lot of goals and points, and you got to hold on to these players when you have the opportunity to. And that 10.6 that he's making, that number is like an $8 million deal in the old world. Like that's how I'm kind of framing it in my mind. 8, maybe 7.5 even, but like it's not 10.6 how it used to be. So I think it's one hell of a deal for the Kings to lock him up for this long. And
I don't know why I thought he was making 11.5. I thought he signed for the Nylander deal.
No.
To find out
under.
that he's making 10.6.
Yeah. And up until this
extremely
point,
good deal.
It was 5.5
Oh my!
for this guy who put up 41 goals for you.
Stop.
$5.5 million. That's ridiculous. So I don't know. I think this is fabulous stuff from the Kings, and they are running up against the Oilers every single time in the playoffs and falling short of what their expectations are. But regardless of the results there, when you have good players, you hang on to them.
Yes.
I listen, this is a King segment about a Kings player, but I have to look at everything through a Leaf lens.
You must. You have to.
You saw the look on me and Adam's face. That caused us physical pain. Like, God, that hurts.
Yeah.
The Marner point's insane.
On this one particular thing, it is relevant.
What?
It is relevant.
The Leafs fans.
Well, and it should be to us.
Oh, get out of here. Like the other 31 teams don't think that shit's fucking hilarious. Get out of here. They think that's so funny.
Oh, man, it's hilarious. It is hilarious. Objectively, they're right. Well, it's getting into that point of the year where we're going to need to start Christmas shopping or holiday shopping. Depends on, whatever you celebrate. Now, I want to say, Jenny Bird, something you should try out. Here's the thing. It ships fast, perfect for gifting, especially the last minute stuff. So if you're into last minute shopping, Jenny Bird is for you. Packaging is beautiful, and beautiful pieces she will find easy to wear. Right?
Yes.
Right? Now, because we've all done it. We've all given it. My wife wore some earrings out this Saturday night to my mom's house. Because we had the in-laws over.
I got Gabby. I was trying to look it up. The Celeste earrings is what she picked out. That's what she's getting. These ones right here. What do you guys think?
Oh, well, those are actually very nice.
Yeah. She's got good taste.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she got to pick that out too. You can let them pick it out.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Don't try and surprise. Like, don't think, oh, I know what jewelry they're gonna like. Let them pick it. Then on Christmas morning or whenever you give it to them, you know they're gonna be happy because that's what they asked.
That's
for.
such a young man's mistake.
Yeah.
I'm so friggin' smart.
Yeah.
Watch this. Nope.
No.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
There are other things you can surprise them with.
Yep.
Leave them to the stockings. Don't go crazy with it. Get 20% off your first order with Jenny Bird by visiting jenny-bird.ca and using the code DANGLE at checkout. Again, it's DANGLE at checkout, jenny-bird.ca. Now,
I don't know if you want to do a quick look at the free agency market.
I'm doing that right now.
Oh, awesome.
I've got it for you
too.
And I'm going to do this based on players that are performing this year because I saw a Twitter account putting out like, here are some of the most expensive contracts that are expiring, but I'm going to give you players that are actually performing well this year and their contracts that are up. So it gives you a better sense of who's a free agent and who's not.
Okay.
Obviously, we're going to pull like an Anze Kopitar from this list because he's not playing next year. We know that.
Yeah.
But Evgeny Malkin is currently the best performing UFA next summer at 39 years old, 23 points in 19 games. Number 2, Nick Schmaltz of the Utah Mammoth. He's got 21 points in 18 games. Number 3, Artemi Panarin, who's finally starting to come on. Marcus Johansson, who's had a good last couple of weeks, 35 years old. Alex Tuch's deal is still not done in Buffalo. He's coming off. Can you believe Alex Tuch had a 7-year contract? I forgot about that. Victor Olofsson with the Colorado Avalanche. Ovechkin, which we're not sure if he's going to play next year. Pretty sure he's not. But if he does, it's going to be with Washington. Claude Giroux, who's got that bonus-laden deal with Ottawa. You have to think if he is playing, it'll be in Ottawa. John Carlson of the Caps will probably stay there. Jaden Schwartz of the Seattle Kraken is available. Anthony Mantha, Jack Roslovich, who's had a really good start in Edmonton. The Leafs were apparently in on him. Want to die. Eberle, Dvorak, Kiefer Sherwood, who's going to get overpaid.
Give him $20 million.
Charlie Coyle, John Gabriel Pageau, who I have a bit of a crush on. This one's interesting. Jake Trouba. Jake Trouba is an interesting one because he's having a renaissance season in Anaheim because he's doing the stuff he used to do in Winnipeg, which is crush bodies and contribute on offense.
And 12 points in 18 games. Here's what I'm looking up right now. Did he have 12 points all of last year? I'm not totally certain he did. He had 8.
All last year.
No, sorry. That's not true. He had 14. He had 8 in the 53 games that he played with the Ducks.
Their offense is crazy, but he's a part of it.
More goals than he had 1 goal last year. He's already got 4.
So Trouba, Corey Perry, Anders Lee, Alex Wenberg, Brent Burns, who, you never know. Brent Burns might play again. He's got 10 points in 19 games.
There's 2 40-year-olds on this list.
Vladimir Tarasenko, Eric Holla, Boone Jenner, Victor Arvidsson, Michael Bunting, Sam Malinsky, Kopitar, we already know. Patrick Kane's going to stay in Detroit. David Perron, like Evander Kane, Mike Matheson, which is an interesting guy in Montreal.
Evander Kane's been playing like crap.
And a few other interesting names. Tage, which Jonathan Tage, we think if he's playing, he's staying in Winnipeg. Oscar Sundquist, Tony DeAngelo, Ryan Shea, Mason Marchment, who'd be a pretty valuable get, and Logan Stanley.
You stopped right before Bobby McMahon.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, what the hell?
Also, Rasmus Anderson's on there too. I mean, if we wanted to go on cap hit alone, you've got guys that are, there and available, whatever.
Lots of helpful players, man.
Helpful, but nobody, I don't think, like if you're looking from a perspective of you're surprisingly bad, nobody that I think is going to turn your life around.
Can I give you an evaluation of this list?
Yeah.
It is Cal Raleigh levels of ass.
I agree.
It is a giant dump. And going into this season, we were all so hyped on the 2026 free agency class. Yeah. It was supposed to be the Durant NBA free agency year where the entire system changes because there's so much money and 2026 is the year. And hold out for McDavid. Don't sign anybody in 2025 because you can get Connor and Artemi Panarin in one class. And none of that's happening because guys are just re-upping with their teams. All of that has gone away, and the guys that are left, man, it's just mid.
I gotta know
mid everywhere.
I gotta know what it does for your mental health and therefore physical health. To Kempe could have gone to free agency and he's making 10.6. He probably could have got like 12.
Yeah,
probably more.
100%.
What does it do for your mental and physical health to just have 85 or whatever it is sheets? Just guaranteed.
Yeah.
Well, for some people, it ruins them.
Yeah, that is true. All right, that is true.
But they go through that, that one season where they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm as good as they're paying me, whatever, and then they're fine.
I
thought you were talking about they bought too many boats.
Oh no! I didn't mean it like that. I mean it I can I ever live up to this?
Right.
You think about the magnetism of $100 million contract. It's crazy.
Well, I'm just thinking about it like a poor. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'd be capable of having a bad day. It's 80. How much is it? The
10.6.
deal? Sorry?
10.6.
Yeah, but the full value of the deal.
80 something.
It's it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Somewhere between 80 and 90.
Yeah.
Who cares? 80 and $90 million. No one listening to this right now has any idea what to do with that.
I don't know. We might have a rich listener. or 2.
Maybe. I doubt it though.
Yeah.
You can prove it to me by giving me some.
It's
that's crazy.
I think a lot of guys, it's 85 by the way.
85.
I think a lot of guys look at that situation and say the cap's going up. Like that 10.6 that Kempe got wasn't available to him 3 years ago on that flat cap that Gary had everybody running on. So he's like, that extra money, I'm going to take it now. I'm happy in LA. Why would I go test free agency and do all that hoopla?
Also, you get the 8th year.
Exactly. Yeah.
8th year.
That's so important to these contracts that have been signed from September onwards. Everybody's realizing that extra year isn't going to be available to me next October.
And that will kill this year's free agent market. It will not kill the next one because it won't be there. Now, a 7th year might kill it because
that's
the
why
home team always has the advantage, right?
Yeah, this is getting done because it's
the last time.
There's a deadline.
Yeah.
There's a deadline on that type of deal.
Very quickly on the Leafs, because we're getting Berube quotes right now. I just want to let you know that there is no timeline for Brandon Carlo.
That's bad.
So maybe he was playing hurt more than we thought. Like maybe he has been hurt. Austin Matthews has not skated since he hasn't skated.
So they lied again.
No, I
don't think they lied.
So I think
he's
he
got a groin
injures it on that play, and it's a groin injury.
Yeah,
but they said like they think he'll be at a week.
Oh, the lie. Yeah,
they lied.
Yeah.
They lied.
Yeah.
Again, the second straight fall, they have lied about Austin Matthews' injuries.
Well, like don't trust them on the timelines at all, because they say guys are day to day and then they're out weeks.
They lied to paying customers.
Yep.
There's no injury disclosure in the NHL like there is in the NFL or anything like that. So it's not like this. It's on the. You got to get mad at the NHL for not creating those rules around that. If you want disclosure, like it's not on the lease. They are doing what is in their right.
Just say you don't know.
No, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they can do that.
Of course they can. And I have the right to be like, oh, fuck. All right. Well,
I want you to direct your anger into the right place.
Yes.
And that's on the system that the players and the owners have negotiated.
Jesse, I have more than enough to go around.
Oh, good. As long as that's fair, yeah.
We don't need to be efficient with my anger. There's lots.
Okay, good.
Now, I want to, what else did I want to bring up here? Montreal having a bit of a weird time. So is Buffalo. Buffalo's had that one little bit of life, and then now they're bad. But you know who's been real good for them?
Who?
The guy that they traded JJ Peterka for. Josh Doan has one less point than JJ Peterka this year.
Josh Doan's great, man. That's a great player. If Kesselring wasn't hurt all the time, that trade might look pretty good for Buffalo right now.
And you know what's interesting for me is when it comes to Buffalo isn't that Buffalo? Hey, that Tage Thompson trade looks really good. He's got 40 goals. If only the rest of that Alex Tuck, Jack Eichel trade looks pretty good. If only the rest of that Josh Doan, JJ Peterka trade, if only this team cannot get it together.
Did you see the Devin Levi thing?
So tell me about that, because that was that snuck under the radar.
Well, like he's the future of that team. Like he's
I don't know, Steve.
He's supposed to be at least what we were sold a couple of years ago. Their starting goaltender of the future and a stud starting goaltender of the future. It looked like it could be Luukkonen for a while. It ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Lions there now, but I don't know about of the future. It's supposed to be Devin Levi.
Yep.
Who we thought would be their NHL starter already, honestly. And then when it became obvious that they're rushing him and they might be hurting his confidence. Okay, we're going to leave him in the minors and he's going to dominate there. His head coach with the Rochester Americans, I forgot his name, was basically
Billy
like,
Bob.
He was basically like, sometimes you need a save. You need a save. And he said what is never a great quote at the end of a game, that fifth one can't go in. Oh.
Now, it is the AHL.
Yes.
Scoring can be weird. Goalies get batted around there.
Scoring is super weird. Well, we took a look at Joseph Woll and we were like, oh, no. Oh, wait, he's fine. But that is alarming. A lot is going right for the Sabres. If you don't have goaltending, you're dead. And there's a lot to look forward to in the future for them in terms of the players they have coming up. if Devin Levi is no longer in that equation, you got some rethinking to do. That's bad.
Jess, let's talk a little bit about the Montreal Canadiens.
Mm-hmm. With the Sabres.
Oh, Sabres.
I think it's a interesting time to bring up them and their struggles because they had a great game on Saturday against the Detroit Red Wings. They were down 4-1 and they came all the way back to win that thing in overtime. And a lot of that was on the back of Tage Thompson looking like a superstar.
That play where he just throws dude down is crazy.
Like there's a superstar in the making where it's like this kid's got all the talent that he can be if you surround him with the pieces that are necessary for him to get to that next level, because he has those flashes of brilliance and the Buffalo Sabres have something special in that. It's just they have never been able to put it together consistently over time. But like it was a great Tage Thompson game, and the Red Wings on the other side of things are like struggling a little lately after
they're being what they are.
Well, they had a great one against New York.
Yeah.
Back in a playoff spot, which everyone was sure to tell me this morning. That was nice.
But they're 2-4 in their last 6. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. I don't know. They were hot and now there's a blip.
Yeah.
You know, it's the season's going to have ebbs and flows. I'm not going to.
Canadians have lost 3 straight.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I wonder
bad.
with the Sabres going into Edmonton now, if that's something to build on, right? Big comeback win, 4-1 down is a pretty significant comeback. And so like there's some optimism there, but it hasn't been
Excited for McDavid. Eichel.
Middle part of the season, middle part of the fall for them. But Montreal, a lot of injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got nothing on that.
And
you heard it and you liked it.
I wonder what happens with Sam Montembeault long term there. Like, are we playing ourselves? We know we've played ourselves off Team Canada. Are we playing ourselves off the Montreal Canadiens? Jack Hughes injured his hand over the weekend on Friday night. On Saturday, we found out about it. On Sunday, we found out he needed surgery and he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. Now, you have to remember, this is a player that was injured a good chunk of the end of last season with a shoulder injury. And it was at a team dinner, and it was noted as a unfortunate accident. Now, with a hand...
It was released as a non-hockey injury.
Non-hockey injury, yeah. So with a hand, there's not a lot, like there's muscle in there, but like you can do a lot of damage to a hand pretty easily because there's a lot of exposed elements and that sort of thing. And I don't really need to tell you, you probably have at least one of them. And so when this happens... They're being awfully quiet about how it went down. Team dinner. Like, I do listen. I want to be the one to ask the question. How, like, are we Red Dead Redemption 2, or we're doing the knife fingers thing? You know what do they call that? You know, they go
5-finger fillet.
5-finger fillet, yeah. Or like how does this happen? Like, does he fall over and there's a steak knife on the floor that happens to be pointing directly up, and how does this happen?
We don't know, and we can only take their word for it that it was a freak accident. I don't think everyone believes that.
I will be the first to tell you I don't believe it.
Well,
not for a second do I believe it. That's why I think they're being so cagey about it.
What do you think happened?
I don't know. That's the part that gets me, is it's like, okay, they say it's a non-hockey, like they won't even tell us, they won't give us anything. So, they're technically not lying, which I get.
The reporters said, a couple of the Devils reporters said he leaned on glass that was broken glass that was on a table, and he leaned on it and he cut his hand.
Okay, I believe
Why?
I can believe that.
Was there broken glass just sitting on a table?
No, the table was glass and broke, and it was already snapped? Or?
No, I think it was, he leaned on some glass and broke it, is what people said.
Okay,
He might have leaned on a glass. I don't know.
So like leaned on a pint glass
so
and
he
it
might
broke?
have leaned on a glass, like a glass, and broke it, or there was already broken glass somewhere and he leaned on it,
accidentally,
or there was a piece of glass, or
I could see
cut his
that.
hand, something along those lines of him leaning on something glass and it breaking.
Well, I believe
and
those
cutting his
reporters.
hand.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Sure. Sometimes I like to illustrate the difference between us and an NHL player. And by us, I mean the general us, people, plebs, peasants, the lot of us. You get hurt on your job site, it's bad, but usually your job, there's workman's comp, or your union's got you or whatever. You hurt yourself at the bar, your boss doesn't give a fuck about you. You're just screwed. Oh, so now you're off work. You might be lucky if your union helps you out. And if you're not on a union job, I think you're just fired. You're fucked.
If you work with your hands?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. I'm trying to come up with a general situation here.
Are you trying to say that NHLers are not treated the same as
No, I'm just trying to say, like, Jack Hughes is he's just going to get all his money. It's fine.
Of course. Well, he should.
Yeah.
He signed a contract.
Yeah.
His union's got him.
No, this is why, like, people talk about NHLers, like, in contract negotiations, in getting all that they're worth, like, you're the same.
Oh.
There's no little guy here.
No.
There's no little guy. When it comes to billionaires and millionaires, you can choose to root for the millionaire. That's fine. Neither of them know you're alive. I'm just here to tell you that. That's all. That's all. Okay? Sorry to be comrade Steve for a second.
This?
Yeah,
What I'm saying is if he was fucking around, he's lucky to be getting his full paycheck.
Well, it's the union, baby.
If it was an accident, it was an accident. But for those of you who don't believe that it was an accident, and he was simply, I mean, there's accidents.
I believe it was an accident.
There's accidents that are whoopsies, and there's accidents that are fucking around.
Yeah.
He's lucky he's not one of us.
Well, if I hurt my hand at the bar, I would still be able to come into work, boys.
Well, at least we can turn it into a bit where you go, Steve, fucking dumbass.
Give me a high five. Oh, you can't.
Oh, you can't, stupid idiot.
I'll read directly from Christy Flannery. I found
Let's go, Christy.
What I was referencing at @Instilettos_NHL. Devils reporter for the Hockey News said everyone stated that it was a freak accident that caused Devils' Jack Hughes' hand injury. I'm being told he accidentally leaned on a glass and it broke, causing the cut that Friedman referenced in his report. So. Are you advocating for all of his money to be taken away? Steve?
No, are we? First of all, how dare you? Second of all, leaned on a glass? You know, like you do. Leaned on a glass.
I think you do. Sometimes you're like leaning on the bar. You got your hand over the glass and you're standing on.
And you're leaning on it. You're putting your weight on the glass.
What are you implying that he smashed it?
I think you might have been fucking around.
Could have been a beer bottle. Could have been
I want to smash this glass.
It could have been somebody laughed, made a joke, and he's, like that can happen. I've done it. I'll just tell you I've done it.
But Adam, that's smashing,
I'm loud.
not leaning on it.
No, but if you were like leaning against the bar and you went like that and whatever, and you're like, that's amazing. Ha ha ha. Yeah, totally.
You ever been called into the
I'm the one that came in as the conspiracy theorist here, not you.
You ever been in the schoolyard and one of you's crying and the other one's not, and the teacher's like, why is that one crying? And you have to come up with an explanation really fast. Anyway, that's what that sounds like.
Okay. Well, listen, whatever it is, whatever happened, the Devils need it to be a freak accident, is my point.
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible for all involved.
PR-wise, no matter what actually happened, the Devils need it to be.
They're in the middle of a great season. One where they should contend for the President's Trophy and maybe even, make some noise in the Eastern Conference, go for a cup.
Yep.
So this is bad.
I think
bad news, and also could potentially jeopardize his Olympics. I doubt it.
No,
I doubt it. Well,
if
it's closer to the 8 weeks, right? That's bad news.
Mid-January.
He'll probably play.
Yeah,
he'll probably play. Hopefully everything's fine. It's one of those things.
I want to say to all the Devils fans out there review bombing the Chicago Cut Steakhouse, don't do that.
That's so fucking weird.
It's very childish to do that.
Listen, guys, Devils fans can be fucking weird. Okay? I have a lot of experience with Devils fans in my Devils pajamas. I'm just going to throw it out there. Y'all can be fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. Right? It's not on them that this happened. And I think if it is affecting their business negatively in any way, that's a real shame. And I think you should all stop doing that because that's unnecessary. It's not going to help Jack Hughes come back. And
no.
It's not going to help this situation at all.
No. There's like 25 to 30 rich, young, athletic dudes at the bar, and it was the bar's fault. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You're well adjusted. You vote, right? You go to work.
They might not. Like,
cool.
These might be like kids, who are fans of the team.
I fucking hope they are.
So, assuming that the people doing this vote, we shouldn't assume that because I think a lot of kids are in on this. Stop that. Stop being hooligans. The Devils, in the midst of not losing in their last 6 games, not losing in regulation in their last 6 games. Last regulation loss comes on November 2nd. Pretty good little streak there. Sheldon Keefe has them playing really well.
Yeah.
Gutsy win against Washington on Saturday to pick up the 2 points in the shootout. This is a really good team, 13-4-1. Yep. I think last check of the standings.
And it's not just Jack Hughes, man. Like, they've had injuries all over the lineup.
Yeah, and nothing's stopping them so far this season. I don't think they're going to drop far in the standings with this Jack Hughes injury. I think they're going to be able to maintain what they kind of are and be at the top of the Metro, competing with the Hurricanes there for first place.
The one thing I'll say is they did last year. Like, they looked real good with Jack Hughes, and then, they still ended up making the playoffs. But
a lot of injuries on the back end last year too, though.
That is very true, and they've missed Dougie Hamilton for I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the injuries in the NHL this year. But like you said, it's always next man up with the Devils.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last just stat on them. Last undefeated team at home in regulation. They're 7-0-1 so far at home.
Wow. That's cool.
Have yet to lose at home so far in regulation.
Hey, there's the ticket that's worth it. To me, that's the best value ticket in the NHL.
What's that old guy saying? If you're going to stink, do it on the road.
Yeah.
They don't stink at home.
Best value ticket in the NHL. That's what every year we should look at who's the best home record. The fans got the most bang for their buck from that team.
That's a good one.
End of story. By the way, I don't mean every Devils fan when I say y'all are weird, but you guys, Devils fans, you know which Devils fans I'm talking about.
They're hardcore.
There are certain fan
bases. It's like
bases.
Islanders fans. There's Islanders fans, and then there's those Islanders fans. And come on.
Every fan base
that doesn't exist?
Every fan base has their pocket.
Leafs fans have it.
Yeah, Leaf fans have their
Big
pocket. There are some where the pocket is off.
Out of pocket.
Hey.
Right? They're just wild, man.
There you go. There's a reason earlier in the show I was just like, oh yeah, that one fan base just calls you slurs. It's because their pocket is reprehensible.
Yes, exactly.
Producer Drew in my ear. Avalanche are 7-0-2.
Oh,
so it's 2 teams.
All right.
Two overtime losses. Producer Drew, shut up.
Yo, the Avalanche are winning the cup. They're so I'm going to say it every show.
Because Drew hates it.
Drew also hates it, but they're so good. They're
that goal differential. What was it sitting at? It's like plus 31 goal differential right now. Next closest team is plus 14.
Dude, they're winning.
They win and they beat up everybody while they're doing it.
Let me tell you this. The Colorado Avalanche, yes, they lost in Game 7 of the first round against the Dallas Stars last year.
Could have won that series.
And they had the worst fucking start last year. They had the worst start. People forget.
They changed.
And what did they do?
Both their goalies.
They changed both their goalies before friggin' Christmas and then traded a superstar in February. And I will be the first one to say, I still think you could be this good and he could still be here. But
one overtime or one regulation loss. That's psycho.
Their points percentage is at 816. Are you kidding me? This is a crazy team.
Who has the second fewest regulation losses? Oh my God, it's 4.
It's New Jersey.
Devils, Stars, Kraken, Knights all have 4 regulation.
The Knights have 6 OT losses already?
I'm pretty sure, I have to check this stat again, but I'm pretty sure Montreal only has 5. Was it 8? 5 or 8? One of the two. It's a low number of regulation wins. Their regulation wins are like really low.
So
I can just click this.
Vegas is 4 games above Bettman 500, but 2 games below actual 500.
Montreal has 5 regulation wins.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
That's
Edmonton.
That's less
4.
than St. Louis and Toronto.
Edmonton has 4?
Edmonton has 4.
What?
You want a stat?
That's fucking nuts, man.
The Edmonton Oilers, who are a pretty darn good team, only have 4 regulation wins.
Tied for last.
So the Oilers and the Canadians
Yikes.
have less regulation wins than the shitty Blues and the shitty Leafs. Come on. How crazy is that? That's
shitty.
nuts.
Well, I was about to say the shitty Wild. They've really turned it on recently.
Yeah, they've been good.
I've advocated for this for a while. Wins and losses, people. That's how we should count the standings.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I understand the argument that 3-on-3 overtime and shootouts shouldn't count the same as winning in regulation. But wins and losses would be nice.
Let me put it this way. The Vegas Golden Knights have 3 wins worth of losses.
Because of the 6
They have
OT
6.
Yeah.
That's 6 points in the standings. That's 3 wins.
Yeah.
Didn't win a single one of them. Nope. 3 wins.
A lot of people were given the stat about like all the teams in the Eastern Conference, 10 of the 16 or whatever are above 500. That's not what 500 is.
No.
We don't have 500 in the NHL. Like 8, 8, and 4 isn't 500. You have
lost 4 more games than you've won.
Yeah, so I hated that. People they were talking on Hockey Night in Canada. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
No, I also have to tell you, there was a lot of revisionist Leaf fans this Saturday when Morgan Riley scored. They're like, see, he's fucking great, and you guys are all dumb. And I'm like, okay, listen, we're clearly not you're clearly watching a different game than I am.
Okay,
I
he
love
scored.
seeing him score.
He scored the Leafs' second goal, and the Blackhawks' second goal was them lighting him on fire. So, which I give him a pass for, because sometimes you get lit on fire, but they lit him on fire.
Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up there. I will be doing the stream tomorrow against St. Louis, and I'll also be doing Thursday. So there'll be 5 days in a row of Adam Wild. You can't get away from me. What?
We didn't even do Rangers Red Wings.
Oh, well, the picture? I got the picture.
The picture, well, I mean, it was Jonathan Quick filling his pants. And I can't wait. I'll check my phone. Nope, they haven't announced the 5-game suspension yet.
For who?
It's coming for Quick. Well,
For what?
because when you say, hey, when someone puts the puck in an empty net, you get 5 games for it.
Is that what you want?
No, I know it's not a cross-check to the face. But also, it is a kerfuffle after the final horn. And he should be disciplined for it.
It'll probably be a fine, right?
No, probably not, because it's the National Hockey League. Sub-professional.
George Peros was at the Panthers Lightning game.
On his phone the entire time, no doubt.
Playing solitaire.
Dude
AI.
is terrible at his job, doesn't like hockey. Please quit.
All right, now can we wrap?
Sure.
We want this picture.
This is art.
That's great.
We do have time to do a press conference if you want it.
Well, we don't, because Steve's got to leave. So
In like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yeah, man. I thought it was 1:30 right now. No, it's 1:03.
All right. Okay. Let's just do a press conference then. Look at that picture.
That's good shit.
Yep.
All right.
Those Rangers jerseys look better than anyone give them credit for.
Dark versus dark. Please, more of this.
Yeah.
Red versus blue.
The Presser. SDP. The Steve Dangle Press Conference.
Steve, did you score at Beer League this weekend?
No, I'm on a 2-game pointless drought.
Are you going to get scratched and sent down?
I might. I had points in 4 or 5 straight. I was real happy about it, and now I'm on a slump.
Wow.
This is from Listen to Luke. If there's a coaching change in Toronto and it's not for Peter Deboer, who's up next?
Oh, my God.
That's a really good question.
Derek Lalonde. Please, God, no.
There will not be a coaching change this season.
Yeah.
Sorry to answer that
No, it's
that
Pete
way.
Deboer. Like, it's Pete Deboer beginning middle end.
And that would
Otherwise,
be-
you don't do it.
But that would be extremely expensive. They've already signed Berube. He's extremely expensive. They'd be spending like $10 million on coaches, which is nothing for the Leafs. But I think that Treliving would go first, and then it would be Berube. Pelly and Berube have a very, very good relationship. So I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's really
I
dumb.
think there should be a chain of command.
Yeah.
I think Keith Pelly's interfering with that. And if he were here right now, I would tell him he's making a mistake.
Yeah. Well,
Interesting.
he's the CEO of MLSE, and if he doesn't know that by this point in his career, he's never going to learn it, and they're fucked. So,
Steve,
yeah.
this one comes from Sam. If the Leafs win the Stanley Cup, would that be the finale of LFR?
I have thought of that, and
No.
no, it
Oh.
would not be, because, Sam, I haven't told anyone this. I have a mortgage.
I was like, what are you ramping up?
Like, what?
Are you just going to stop working?
Yeah, I know. This is my job, man. You know what? Guys,
Yeah, I bet Sportsnet
they won the
TSN will
cup.
quit too.
I won the cup.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I just said by accident? I said I won the cup.
Yeah. No, Steve. We know it is
you.
What is the term? The royal we.
The royal
Yeah,
we.
with
there
the
you go.
team.
They won the cup, and now I go back to commentating on the Zoomobile. I go back to what I was doing before I started all this.
You quit your business.
Yeah.
That you worked so hard for.
Yeah. Sorry, Adam. Sorry, Jesse. Sorry, Maddie. Sorry, everyone.
Sorry to all your families. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm going to do something else.
Anyway, good luck with PN. No, I would still do LFR, just happier.
So this next one, I'm going to attach a question onto it because this affects us here in Toronto, and it's a Canadian thing.
Mm-hmm.
So KRT Prime wrote on Twitter, non-hockey related question. Are you paying attention to the Grey Cup tonight? They tweeted this last night.
Right.
And if so, what did you think of the game? Second half about to start. They replied to asking for questions during the second half and everything. So I'm going to ask, did you guys watch the Grey Cup?
No.
I couldn't confidently tell you who was in it, much less who won.
Why do we think the Canadian Football League can't kind of get the casual Toronto audience to get aboard the Grey Cup?
It's not a part of the milieu here. It's not a part of the. It's weird because the Argos were an enormous draw until like the mid 90s.
They had Doug Flutie.
They were huge. They were huge. Andre Drummond, and they were owned by like Wayne Gretzky and John Candy, and they used to play in Skydome and sell it out.
Yeah, and they used to do like hokey things. Like I went to this game as a kid because my dad went during that era when the Argos were actually big in the city. He was a big Argos fan, and they brought out Muhammad Ali.
That's crazy.
At halftime just to have him there and say hi to the fans, like the Muhammad Ali game. But that was like what the Argos were about. It was about eventizing the Argos games. And I was there for that. And they gave away a free poster. I might still have it somewhere. First 50,000 fans or 20,000 fans or whatever. But they used to have a foothold in the city doing things like that.
Is there something to the idea that there's just too much shit? There's so much. Like if
I
you're
don't know. You could find if you found interest in it, you would make time.
Is there anyone listening who is a hardcore, and I mean hardcore, fan of the Leafs, Raptors, TFC, Blue Jays, Argos? You're jacked about the tempo coming. You're jacked about the Scepters. You're jacked about the Rock.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick some stuff.
Yeah,
you gotta calm down.
I got 3 sports. I got 3.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Formula 1. And in the fall, it's football. In the summer, it's baseball. And really, like, I grew up watching a lot of baseball, but my mother-in-law is the one that's got me back into it in the last 4 or 5 years because she is an ardent Blue Jays fan and watches every game. And so, like, and I had kind of fallen out with it. The Argos, for me, are a brand that was sort of wasted in the early 2000s. And listen, the CFL, I cannot tell you, I can't begin to explain to you how important the CFL is everywhere else. Everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I am not denigrating the CFL. I'm not going to be one of those people.
No.
I used to be one of those people, but like I lived out west. I know the effect. And by the way, Saskatchewan getting, I think this is their 5th Grey Cup ever for the biggest fan base in the sports. They're very much like Leaf fans. They lose a lot, and yet their fans are fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
The CFL is huge. It can work in Toronto, but my question is always, what's your point of view? The Leafs are the tragic, tortured, formerly great, currently bad franchise that everybody's waiting to return to greatness because they believe it's there. The Blue Jays are a team that actually, hey, they delivered some championships and a kind of couple good playoff runs and a World Series appearance this year. The Raptors won a championship. Hey, TFC did too, and that was a fun. I'll watch TFC when they're good.
Sure.
TFC is an unwatchable product right now and has been for about 7 years under the Bill Manning era. Absolutely no excuse. They were so fucking bad. And Keith Pelly blew that whole front office out. And thank God, losing Bezbachenko was just killed them.
Anything's easy to watch when they're great.
But what is the Argos POV? And this is the thing. And I've actually seen this discourse happen with Luke Wilson with TSN going at the traditional CFL fan. And the CFL changed some of its rules this year too. And everybody's like, they're going to lose 3 downs and we're all going to die and become Americans. And that's not what's happening. But the Stuart Johnson, who's the newish guy who is heading up the CFL commissioner, I don't know why I couldn't think of that word.
That's okay.
Seems to actually have some vision and like, hey, I want to take the sport in this area. The guys that were, before him were kind of like, we're just happy. you know, we're happy just barely surviving. And I think what I miss with the Argos brand, what I don't understand, and there are hardcore Argos fans, I'm not going to take that away. What I do not understand is what's your point of view? What's your story? They won a bunch of Grey Cups like in the last decade. They won like 4,
and
which is as much as Saskatchewan until yesterday.
It didn't register.
No one cared.
Yeah,
So
they won like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
right. Like, didn't they go like 2 and 3 years?
And I think the way in for the Argos is as the Raptors get good again and price people out, because the Raptors have a great fan group. But once they get good again, those MLSE prices are going to go up.
Oh, the way
Leafs
people dress at a Raptors game.
Oh, it's an event.
It's like a gala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel underdressed when I go to the Raptors.
You don't go in like old shitty jeans.
No.
You're going like you're looking good. Raptors prices are going to go up. This team's actually they're showing signs of life. They're going to be a good team. The Leafs are already pricing the average fan out. We know that. That's been the case for 25 years.
At least.
Marlies are not a top league.
Oh, geez. I didn't even mention them.
TFC are just an abominable product. Why would you pay money to see that? And now they're going to be playing in the middle of winter. Great. So I can't. Sign me up. Wow, that's great business.
We've been to a CPL game. There's another.
They're fine.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
There's so many things.
But I don't think any of those are competing for Argos dollars. What the Argos need to do, to me, is become the family ticket. The Jays sort of have that, right? The Jays have done a great job of that. And the same company that owns the Jays owns the Argos.
And Keith Pelly was one time the president of the Argos.
That's right.
In the early 2000s. Like, he's the one who brought in pinball after his playing career to be the head coach and all that stuff. Keith Pelly ran that team. So he has an affinity for that organization.
Well, and Keith Pelly, along with Scott Moore, built the CFL back up at TSN. The CFL was failing. Yep. TSN grabbed the rights in the mid-90s with Keith Pelly at the helm and turned Friday Night Football into something that Canadians fucking love. Yeah. Keith Pelly's had a huge effect.
And he went from TSN to running the Argos.
Yeah, yeah. So I think if the Blue Jays are, if it's a family of 4 at the Blue Jays game and it costs you, let's say between tickets, food, and travel, $200 to $250, which is pretty low. Then a family of 4 at the Argos game should be $150. And you should be able to tailgate properly outside. You need to create something where it's like, what are we doing with the kids? That's, you know, I'm at the age, Steve, you're at the age where we have kids. It's like, shit, what are we going to do with them this weekend? If they don't have hockey practice, what the fuck are we going to do? We got to run them out. We got to do something. That's what it needs to be. That they need to be the summer fun, cheaper ticket. TFC will no longer be competing with them for those summer nights. So you've got a real opportunity to reinvigorate that brand. Also, can I just be honest? Their jerseys are kind of ugly. They need to go back. They need to go back to the navy blues. Yeah, absolutely. Ugly. Go back to your mid-90s jerseys.
I thought
sexy.
I thought that's what you were talking about, to be honest.
No, what, the jerseys?
Yeah, just like there's too much shit. There's just too much shit.
But you can find in a city this size, in a, you know, there's 15, 16 million people in Southern Ontario, right? Between Ottawa and Windsor.
Yeah.
You can find 300,000 or 400,000 who are hardcore Argo fans. You can.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
But just when you were talking about the Argos heyday, it just felt a little bit like you glossed over the fact that they were owned by the most famous Canadian ever and John Candy.
Yeah.
Like they were owned by Wayne Gretzky and John Candy. Yeah. And now they're owned by MLSE, which I'm sure there's obviously benefits to that. But it almost feels like there's what if a charismatic owner came in and there was like a Wrexham sort of thing going on there? I think that sounds like what you described.
I think Keith's that guy. I actually do think Keith Pelly is absolutely. Yeah, you can make that face at me all you want. And it's because you're mad about the Leafs. If the Leafs were doing fine, you would be totally fine with me saying
okay,
that.
Well, let me ask this then. They
won the division under Keith last year.
This is a very valid question, and it affects a lot of people. Does MLSE own too much shit?
That has nothing to do with this, though.
Sure it does. I don't think you can... You're so fucking smart. You can run all, 5, 6 of these teams well?
Well, he's got to have people under him he can trust, and he's got that now. I do think Keith
Where does
Pelly's,
he have that?
It's 9
high
teams,
level guy.
by the way.
Is it 9?
Yeah. If you go by the MLSE and what they got on their site, they got the Leafs, Raptors, TFC, Argos, Marlies, 905, Toronto FC 2, I guess the second division of the Toronto FC team.
Oh, that
and
would be
then,
their development team, right?
Yeah, and then the Raptors Uprising.
What the fuck is that?
That's their video game team.
What?
Yeah, the 2K team that
Never
they own.
heard of that.
And then the MLS Cup.
What is that?
Toronto, I assume also their video game team.
Oh.
So let's go with it is 6 franchises.
2 of those brands make money.
The 905 exist for the Raptors.
Yeah.
The Marlies exist for the Leafs.
Okay.
You know
so
what I
four,
mean?
4 franchises,
No,
Steve.
but
Then-
you're like, oh, he has people under him
feel like
at the
that's
Leafs. No, he does not.
No, he doesn't.
He fired the president, and the GM is lame duck because he goes straight to the coach.
But if the Leafs were doing well, you would be more receptive to my comment.
Of course I would, but the biggest team they own is shit.
Yes, but that's a 2-month blip. That's how they look at it. Remember, these guys look at things in decades.
Okay, when I
Their
get
plans are measured in decades.
oh dear,
They are.
oh dear.
That doesn't mean the Leafs won't be good before the decade's out.
Why
Steve.
is this angering you so much?
Yeah.
No, because sometimes
he's got a proven track record on the CFL most of all, which is what we're talking about.
okay.
Yeah.
Like that's his thing. If
Oh,
listen,
and everyone listening is
I can
stoked
understand
about
you being
that.
like, oh well, he doesn't know the Leafs well enough, and I'll listen to that.
Yeah.
But to say that this guy who saved the CFL and made it what it is at TSN, which he did,
Yeah.
and then ran the Argos and brought them back to prominence, which he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I've got a point.
And
I'm
I
not
think when you-
enthused about the CEO of MLSE being good with the CFL. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but
But
he is. Though.
that was the but
that is the
conversation is about the Argos.
Yes.
Like that's what we're not talking about whether you think the Leafs and can win with Brandon Carlo out. Like we've moved on past
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
And I know you're not a fan of the way Pelly's doing things right now.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But to say that he couldn't figure out a business case for the Argos.
Yeah.
No, but I
and-
was talking about a new charismatic owner, and you're like, Keith Pelly's going to do a good job, and I went
He is.
like, or no, you said he's that, and I'm like,
And he is charismatic.
okay, you can.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is, Steve.
Well,
Yes.
the Argos
How
all
much do
get
you know
to wear
about Michael
shorts now?
Freesdale? Who is Michael Freesdale?
Not a lot.
Yeah, who is he?
Some other exec they brought in,
What was his position?
guy who makes a shitload of money.
What
Like who,
was his
who
position?
gives a shit?
What was his position?
CEO.
Yep.
Okay, great.
And where did he come from before that?
Some other fucking job where he got.
And what did he
millions of
do?
dollars.
What did he do at that job? No, I'm serious. Answer the question.
I don't know.
He came from
farted
fucking-
into a pillow and
he came
slept
from-
on it.
Airlines, dude.
Okay.
Airlines.
Okay.
Michael Freesdale was not a great call.
Okay.
And you never heard him talk. Why? Because he wasn't a good talker. Keith, at least he stands for something.
Mhm.
At least he comes out and he goes,
What does he
here's
say?
what I think. Well, you've seen his
Answer the question.
Well, you're giving me bullshit answers to real questions.
Okay.
Which is what I'm asking.
yeah, he's
you.
trying to have a conversation.
I'm trying to have a conversation. You're going, I'm mad about the Leafs.
Okay.
This keeps going back to you're mad about the Leafs. What I'm trying to say is, listen, if Keith doesn't execute on Keith's vision, fair, but at least I know what it is.
If the CEO of MLSE is not capable of bringing the Toronto Maple Leafs to anything, then he has failed at his job.
I agree
I don't
with
give
you.
a fuck if the Argos win 10 straight.
but
Grey
he
Cups.
just started.
No,
and,
he didn't.
And they got to game 7 in the second round last year.
Okay, Adam, do me a favor and blow that out your ass. Continue.
That's how they look at it. That's the result.
They're wrong.
But Steve, that's actually the result.
Okay.
Jesse, am I wrong on this?
I thought you're upset about the Leafs, but like it was a conversation about the Argos.
Yeah.
And I feel like we were lost.
And look at how
that
well
plot
the
a long
Raptors are
time
doing.
ago.
And that's after
They are doing well.
And they punted Masai this summer.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So here's the thing. In Toronto with the Leafs, we're going to find out this year if Brad survives. Okay?
Mhm.
And then it'll be Keith's guy. Because Brad's not Keith's guy. He's Shanny's guy.
Who he waited a year to fire.
Well, he had to because they were.
No, he didn't.
It was the last year that
He did not. How much does he get paid?
Keith? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Millions upon millions of dollars?
Yes.
You couldn't put together
Not-
something where you could have come to that decision?
Not really
when-
how it works at that level.
Well,
Yeah.
then what the fuck?
It's that Steve, no corporation operates like that.
That's dumb.
They would rather have Shanny working for the $7 or $8 million he was making than not working.
It was
Because they
also,
were
look
paying
where we
him-
are.
He's. I think your expectation is Keith Pelly walks in the door and immediately fires Brendan Shanahan. I don't think that's a reasonable expectation with how a company works, or just somebody new at their
They
job.
had to give him
Untrue.
time.
So again, the Rogers book that I keep bringing up, but this team is owned by Rogers, so it makes sense. There was this guy named Joe Natale who they had at the top of Big Red Rogers, who was previously working for another company. They wanted him. They wanted him so bad. They were kicking out the other guy. And all they had to do was wait a couple months and they could have got him for nothing. Instead, they paid millions of dollars to get him earlier than they wanted to. Earlier than they should have. They basically undercut him immediately. And within like 3 years, they were plotting ways to get rid of him. And then they paid millions and millions of dollars to get rid of him early and looked at it as a victory. They did this whole victory lap. They got a cameo from, what's his name? Is it Brian? No, it's not Brian Cranston.
The guy from Succession.
Yeah, the guy from
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox, thank you. They got a.
Well, that was when they got the cameo, not when Natalie was out. They got the cameo when he took over the family trust.
It was Natalie.
Was it
Yeah,
Natalie?
because the cameo is Brian Cox going, "Congrats on getting Joe Natalie to fuck the fuck off."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's what he says in the video. And they're like 25 million in the hole to get this guy early and then pay him not to work for them. So that is absolutely how it works.
Yes.
That's how it works at the tippy top.
But so Keith Pelly, I don't think walked in and had those strong feelings about Shanahan immediately to fire him the same day.
He was incorrect in that feeling, though.
Sure. You can disagree about his feelings on whether or not he should have fired Shanahan.
You know what
but I don't
CJ
think
would
he
say?
had that.
You know what CJ would say were he here? He would say they won the division and they took the eventual Stanley Cup champions to Game 7.
Yeah.
Everybody would say that. That is how they're going to look at it. Now, you can say all the context before that, but that is exactly how they're going to look at it. And if the Leafs do bad this year, which they are, and there are already rumors coming out of Rogers left, right, and center about how pissed they are about it, action will happen. But it's not going to happen on November 17th. You got to give this a quarter. You got to give this a little bit longer. And will they lose the season? Right now, it looks like they will.
You get paid for $365.
Yes, but you can't just make a decision in 2 weeks. You can't. You can't. No one runs a company.
Can't even do it in a year.
Not even us. Not even us. Okay?
The CEO of MLSE, their top priority is the Leafs.
Yes. Well,
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.